We're doing it live.
What's up, everybody? It's the Click Pop Podcast, live from an undisclosed location, live from George Soros's backyard. We're here. We've got our ESG score. It's through the roof. We're doing well, Justin. How are you?
I got a new pair of shades. Check these out.
All right.
I know, man.
How much were they?
$30. The company,
I love it.
The company's called Knockaround. They're from San Diego, and they have all these cool colors and designs. Isn't that fun, dude?
You know what's fun is that you made the appropriate choice because all of the sunglass companies are owned by one conglomerate, Luxottica.
Yeah.
And whether it's a pair of Gucci's or a pair of whatever knockarounds, the quality is the same. I mean, unless they put like some real gold on it, but who gives a shit? Like that's perfectly, it's the same plastic.
Yeah. And those are polarized.
Yeah. And it's polarized.
$30. And they did a special buy one, get one free.
I love it.
So it's $15 a pair.
I used to be like, oh, I need some like Versace glasses or something like that. It's the same quality. It
breaks,
I know.
Scratches. I'm a fan of Ray-Ban. I love the Wayfarers. I think those are the greatest sunglasses ever made. But I dropped them, cracked them, contacted the company. They were like, well, unless you have this receipt. I'm like, I bought them 2 years ago. I don't know. I couldn't find the receipt. They were not going to replace them. So I was like, no, man. $165. It was $185. That's so much money, man. So I was like, man, let me just see what else. And so I got this. I found this company. Pretty cool.
Way smarter. Way smarter. It's not the status symbol.
We went from Wayfarer to way smarter. But I do love when the time is right, I'll buy another pair.
Sure. Listen, the time is right to reveal the identity of the viral "that mother effer is not real" girl. I don't know if anyone remembers. It's been a while. I feel like this was kept alive on Twitter, especially on conspiracy Twitter. But
and
memes. She was on an airline last month. She gets up. She starts crying. She's like, I don't know if you guys think you're going to land this plane or something, but that mother effer back there is not real. And of course, because there was no video of the guy she was talking about, people went wild. They said, oh, it's a reptilian shapeshifter. It's some kind of, hologram. Like all the crazy stuff came out. And because she was never identified, then people started to say, was she even real? Was she a psyop? What is this? But it turns out her name is Tiffany Gomez. And she's in Dallas. Tiffany from Dallas. And she's a she's one of those like generic business people, like there's just like business people that are in business
marketing,
stuff like that, where it's like, okay, what do you actually do?
And somehow they make a lot of money. And I'm like, I don't know what you.
Yeah.
And they're always like traveling for work. They're all over the country.
Yeah, exactly.
And they have like fancy cars and they're like, I do marketing. I'm like, what does that even mean?
I don't even know how you measure your performance in those jobs. But
if she was trying to market herself, she did a pretty good job.
Great job. Honestly, she should have come out and like called her company and be like, I got the perfect ad. It's me. And I'm yelling about the competition and how they're not real. And we'll get a plane.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's actually really smart.
She blew it.
Or did she? There's still a chance.
That's true. We can
tomorrow's only a day away.
She will be in a Super Bowl commercial, I'm sure, in just a few months.
Or at least on the internet.
That's why she's staying so private. First of all, you got to admire her ability to stay anonymous for this long. Normally, something like this happens, and within a week, you know everything about the person, and then you find out that they were racist online or something, and then everyone hates them. She stayed quiet. She stayed secret. No one was able to find out who she was until today. Officially, I have, full disclosure, seen her name before bandied about on Twitter, but we have journalistic standards at ClickPop. You can't just print that because there wasn't proof. But Tiffany Gomez is.
I mean, what does she do now? That she started OnlyFans?
She should. It would be the time. Oh, here's her job, by the way. Vice President, Client Services at Elevate Brand Marketing. Whatever that means.
I mean, she's pretty.
Yeah, that's true.
She has good hair.
She's from Oklahoma State University.
Oh,
and her
okay.
largest client is Microsoft.
That's a pretty big client.
That is huge. She relocated from Dallas to Seattle to be near her client's headquarters. Okay. And then she moved back to Dallas. All right. I'm not sure if she still is employed. I truly hope that her employer, Elevate Brand Marketing, does not get rid of her now, because she worked hard not to go public. So she deserves some credit from the job. You know, she kept this on the wrap.
Yeah. And if she gets fired, I'm sure there's going to be job offers.
Yeah.
Modeling contracts.
What did you think? Did you think that this was a case of reptilian shape shifting on an airplane? And by the way, lest we forget, Carrot Top was also on the plane.
Yeah, that's right.
People thought that he freaked her out with his bizarre appearance.
Well, her choice of words was odd.
Yeah.
Her saying that person is not real. The story now is coming out that her friend, they were fighting over ear pods.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a weird choice of words to say that person's not real. It's an odd choice of words. And then they never showed the person. The cameraman, like, I hate the camera person. This is a terrible cameraman, because they didn't when they say that and she's pointing, you take the camera and you point it at what she's looking at. Like, we zoom in on the person she's talking about. That's what you do when you have the camera responsibilities. But
absolutely,
that just
we would have been fired if we had done such shoddy
fired
work.
I would have been canned that minute.
You're right, though. That added to the mystery. That it was like the perfect recipe.
Yeah. It was a perfect storm of like her choice of words, them not zooming in on the person she was talking to. We couldn't find her online. It was like a perfect storm of just to make a conspiracy theory from. But now it's really not that exciting.
I mean, now that she has been identified, I would like her to do an interview or like a TikTok live or something and explain why she said that mother effer is not real. Because that is a bizarre choice of words. Like if you said like he's not keeping it real or that mother effer is not honest or something, okay. But he's not real and you're looking crazy and you're like maybe intoxicated.
Yeah. It's a weird choice of words. I want to see what she has to say about it.
Yeah. All the online conspiracy people like fell in love with her. She was like the hot conspiracy girl for a while to them. You know, they're like, yeah, she believes in reptilians. She believes in shape.
Well, she's pretty. She has good hair and she's got a good body. So they were all looking, guys are horny on the internet. What are you going to do?
She's also apparently well off. She resides in an upscale $2 million residence.
All those marketing jobs, they all make all this money. It's crazy. I miss my calling, dude. We should work in marketing, bro.
Yeah. Hey guys, we're resigning from ClickPop effective immediately. We are going to Elevate Brand Marketing.
I need a hair product line. Look at this. My hair is so. I ran out of hairspray. After this, I got to go to the store and buy hairspray, dude. I need hairspray.
This isn't the new style for you.
No, I need hairspray, dude.
The hair looks good.
Gel. I need gel, dude.
You know what? You haven't started going bald. That's good.
For my age, it is pretty good. I'm pretty old, man, and I've been hanging in there. So, still got all my hair, got all my teeth.
For a 29-year-old man, you look amazing.
And then some. Well, anyway, back to her. Who knows where this is going to go. I don't know. Was this a marketing plan?
I mean, if it is, then it was horrible because we didn't know anything about who she was or her company.
Or maybe they knew it was going to eventually come out and add to it. I don't know. I'm very suspicious that the fact that, look, if she was like a dentist or like a dental assistant or a dental hygienist, or if she was like a nurse, or if she was like, worked in like Starbucks, like I wouldn't, then it's like different. The fact that she works in marketing, I'm like,
honestly, the fact that Elevate Brand Marketing did not capitalize on this would make me wonder, am I going to hire Elevate Brand Marketing if they see a golden viral opportunity and they don't jump all over it?
Or maybe it's gonna come out. Listen, this has happened before in time where there's been all kinds of weird stories that have come out, and it's been traced back to a marketing plan or a marketing idea or a marketing concept. For instance, there was a story about someone found an In-N-Out wrapper in New York City. I want to say this is 10 years ago. So what is it now? 23? It's like 2013-ish, around then, maybe somewhere around there, give or take. But there was an In-N-Out wrapper that was found on the ground, and somebody was like losing their mind. Someone from California was like walking down the street. They go, "Wait, an In-N-Out wrapper? What's this?" So they took a picture of the In-N-Out wrapper and they put it on social media, on Twitter, and everybody was losing their minds. There was this whole theory that In-N-Out was going to open up, and there was a store there. Come to find out, it was planted. This In-N-Out burger wrapper. Someone flew on the plane, and they said, "Oh, they had it on the plane. They ate and they threw the wrapper away." It's like, well, how did they find it? How did it make its way to social media? Come to find out, the whole thing was a marketing plan. It was this marketing company. There's another one where there was a famous billboard where it looked like the woman was like scorned, and she caught her guy cheating. She said, "I hope it was worth it. I'm taking the house. You're getting the divorce." People were like, it said like whatever her name was, like, I don't know, like Jennifer. And everyone's like, "Oh, who's this person?" And it was a whole thing like, who wrote this billboard, and who was the guy cheating, and what happened? Come to find out, it was a marketing company, and it was a whole plan. So this, to me, has the elements of those stories.
Well,
I'm not saying it's 100% in or whatever. I'm just saying that the fact that she works in marketing, I'm highly suspicious because of the ways that her choice of words, the fact that the camera didn't pan to the back, we couldn't find her. It has elements of marketing, those marketing famous stories. If you go on the internet and Google famous marketing campaigns or famous marketing stories, you'll find these stories. The In-N-Out Burger is in there. The woman who got divorced is in there. And maybe this one's going to be in there as well. This might be the most famous one.
I remember a really famous one. You might remember it too, where a guy found a passport belonging to one of the 9/11 hijackers on the ground while the towers were burning. And it was used to market this idea that 19 hijackers had flown planes into the building and that it wasn't a controlled demolition pulled off.
The passports flew out of the window and survived the plane burning in the buildings. It
and then they
out of the window.
Found it on the floor, intact enough to be able to be like, "Oh, this is Muhammad Atta," or whoever.
Not the ground, the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they were just totally intact.
That was an early viral marketing thing.
Yeah, that's how that works. And our president called the moon with his telephone and spoke to the guys on the moon.
Did he? Or I mean, did he think he did?
Did you ever see that famous clip where the president calls the moon?
No. You talking about Biden? He thought he was talking to the moon?
No, this is when we went to the moon.
In
1969.
In
1969, when we went to the moon, when we went there, and the president used the telephone and called the moon.
Right.
That's that happened.
I totally would have believed it if you said that Biden thought that he was on the phone to the moon within the last 3 years.
I would believe that too.
What's going on up there, Jack? Well, just a couple more details before we move on from this. She apparently was, it triggered security measures that caused all the passengers aboard to disembark, which we've talked about before. You got to stop doing that. Like, just because one person's going crazy doesn't mean we all need to get off the plane. All right. There's a better way. Then she was cited. She was cited for criminal trespass, which she apparently declined to acknowledge, and she did not reveal her name to law enforcement. So no formal arrest or custody ensued.
How do they not just pat her down or get her? That's insane. That's insane. How does she not have ID? How do they not grab her and arrest her and go through her pockets and get her identification? That's insane. I'm telling you, this whole story is bizarre.
That's what I'm saying.
Something's not adding up. It's a marketing scam, I think.
Or it could be pretty privileged. They were probably just like, "Oh, okay, girl."
I mean, yeah, the airport arrests, craziness, people playing. I don't know. How far does pretty go? Does it go that far?
That's what I'm saying. Usually they take people into custody for this type of thing. At the very least, they take you into custody. If they decide to let you go or not pursue charges, then.
Yeah. There was a guy when I was flying to Europe, this guy kicked up dust at the airport. And he got tackled by like 9 cops, and they were going through his phone at one point. They grabbed his phone, they had him all out, his hands were back, they had all of his stuff out. I was like, "Oh, dude, that dude's done." He did not look like it was. He did not look like he was having a good day.
No, and he didn't even go viral. So
no, he got a virus.
Yeah,
when he went to jail.
All right. Well, hopefully Tiffany comes out and tells her side of the story now that we all know who she is.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be exciting. I'm on the edge of my seat for that one.
Yeah. Speaking of being on the edge of a seat, a movie theater seat, William Friedken is dead at 87. He directed The Exorcist. He directed The French Connection, but specifically for our purposes, he directed The Exorcist.
Probably one of the creepiest movies of all time.
Yeah, definitely. Music is the music is actually like the intro from a recording of Tubular Bells, the Christmas Carol song. And he just pulled that one little it was like an electronica version that came out in the 70s. He pulled that for the intro to The Exorcist, for the music to The Exorcist, I should say.
Weird.
Here's the weird thing, Justin. There's a new Exorcist movie coming out. I'm not saying this is also a marketing thing, but what are the odds that the director drops dead right when the new movie's coming out? I just saw a trailer for it this past week.
There's a lot of marketing going on.
It's marketing like crazy. Marketing, you know, those ads, what do they call the ads where like your phone listens to what you're saying and then it shows you an ad?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
They're eavesdropping or whatever. Now they're killing people. They're hearing that an Exorcist movie is coming out and they're like, all right, pull the plug on Friedkin. It'll be more believable than Linda Blair.
They whacked him.
87 years old. He, his wife, Sherry Lansing. I didn't know Sherry Lansing was the woman head of Paramount, right? Is that Sherry Lansing?
Yeah. She comes to Craig's quite a bit.
Yeah. Who knew she was married to?
I've interviewed her and I've taken her photograph before. She's actually really nice and she's very pretty.
She is nice. Yeah. She's good. God, 50 years ago, The Exorcist. When was the last time you saw it?
50 years ago.
Oh, okay. You're 72? Is that what it was? 72 years old?
Someday, if I make it.
Oh, here he is at Craig's.
Yeah, see, they go there. I told you.
The last time we saw him.
Is that Tupac in the back?
Yes, that is. That's Tupac Shakur and William Friedkin in 2018. He was a diverse director, blah, 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 blah. 87 years old. Well, anyways, it's just strange timing. It's kind of like how Lisa Marie Presley died during the award season for Elvis. You know, like you can't write this stuff. You can't plan it.
I mean, you can write it.
How horrible must Austin Butler feel? Because, you know, she died trying to look good for the award season, and then he didn't even take home the Oscar.
Yeah. Yeah, she was getting that's, well, you know, there's other issues there for a long time. So, but yeah, The Exorcist, man, it's a creepy movie. That's for sure. It creeped a lot of people out. Really, really spooky stuff.
Do you think that when she died, and which, by the way, is horrible, it's tragic, she's too young, she got kids and all that, but do you think that when Lisa Marie died, that it lifted the curse from Austin Butler and he was able to finally go back to his real speaking voice and stop talking like Elvis?
I think that's very possible.
I haven't heard him speak really since then because he didn't win the Oscar, and that was around the Golden Globe. So we didn't really get to hear him to see, is he back to normal or what?
You know, listen, when actors go into these roles, it really affects them. Jack Nicholson, when he played the Joker, he warned Heath Ledger. He said, be careful with that role because it's a very dark role and it's going to really mess with your head. It's going to do damage to your psychosis. And Jack Nicholson warned him about that. And they say that when he played by him playing that role, that he brought on a lot of demons from that role. Yeah. There's actually, if you want to do something really, I don't know if you want to call it sad or interesting, or maybe a combination of the two. The person who played, the actor who played the killer, Dahmer. Yeah. The actor that played Jeffrey Dahmer. If you look at photographs of him before he played that role, he's like happy, smiling in all of his photographs. He's got really good positive energy in his face. His cheeks are high. They're very like, he's very like exuberant in his photos. He's got like this really a warm soul, very warm eyes, very pretty, like good smile, good, just like a good persona about himself. If you look at photographs of him after he played Dahmer, he's changed. He's changed big time. He doesn't smile as much. He's got like a somberness about him. There's like a dark cloud over him in the photographs. It's actually pretty it's pretty bizarre to see it, but it just goes to show you the toll that some of these actors take when they do put on a role. I mean, that's just getting into the mindset of the actor you're playing. And that goes also with actors who are method actors who gain a massive amount of weight or lose a lot of weight. You know, when McConaughey was in Dallas Buyers Club, he was at a frail weight. He wasn't eating anything. I think he was just drinking water and ice cubes, and he was at a dangerous weight. It did a lot of damage to his health. And so this happens sometimes with actors, and they get into these roles and it can have a lasting effect on them.
I wonder if Evan Peters, by the way, my dogs just got home. If you hear anything in the background, I
want to hear the dogs talk.
If Evan Peters had killed somebody while he was playing the role, would he be able to plead like some kind of insanity or temporary psychosis because he was like so committed?
He might. I mean, you might listen if you go before a jury. You might be able to convince a jury, especially if the jury was in Los Angeles and there's like a bunch of actors on there.
Yeah.
You might be
like,
able to.
Evan, can you sign this?
Yeah. Right. Can I get a selfie?
I don't know. It's weird. It's something to think about, but yeah, you're right. The Heath Ledger thing, he took it too far, and I don't know about Friedken. I think he was okay, but I think we can safely rule out Friedken getting possessed by some kind of demon and it taking his life because he was 87 years old. So
that's a pretty healthy old age.
Yeah, good for him for getting that far. But we mourn the loss of William Friedkin, talented director. The French Connection, also very good, right?
Oh my God, one of the greatest car chases scenes ever.
And I heard they like didn't even care about the law. Like back in the 70s, you could do that. It's like, forget the law. We're just going to film this thing guerrilla style, and if we get pulled over, we'll talk our way out of it.
They did that a lot back then, but they've also done it now. I mean, there's that famous, I don't know if it's famous, but there was some kind of a show that was on YouTube, and they filmed it in IKEA. Did you hear about that?
Wasn't that like an influencer or something?
They went to IKEA, and they were going different, they have all the rooms set up there, the bedrooms and whatnot, and kitchens, and they were just filming it on the, now with your phone. You don't need all the big equipment and lights that you needed back in the day. Now with you phone with your phone, they were in the IKEA and they just were running their dialogue in the different rooms, and they ended up. You can find it online if you type in IKEA soap opera, it comes up. You can find it on YouTube. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to win any awards, but it's certainly guerrilla filmmaking. That's for sure, to the extreme.
Yeah, maybe it'll win a Webby. All right, let's talk about one last thing. A little bit of Hollywood crime for us. Tory Lanez, the guy who shot, I'm sorry, there's construction is broken out in my kitchen. Can you hear that?
No.
Okay, good. All right. Tory Lanez, he shot Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. He was found guilty. He was facing up to 20 years in jail. He was supposed to be sentenced today. Prosecutors want 13 years. And Megan Thee Stallion is coming out saying that she's still reeling from the incident. She can't bring herself to be in the same room as him and hasn't found peace. 13 years for a foot shot. I mean, look, she's lucky it only hit her in the foot, and only like some I don't think it was a direct hit. It was like, like stray or like shrapnel or something. But still, I mean, that's terrifying. Guy starts shooting at the ground saying, dance, dance. That's traumatic. On the other hand, he's a famous, rich hip hop artist. 13 years. Too much?
That's a lot of time. I think murderers have gotten less. So I would say that's too much time. I mean, a year. I mean, what did in New York, the New York Giant player that shot himself in the foot, he got 3 years and he was out.
Yeah, but he shot himself in the foot. Tory Lanez tried to shoot Megan Thee Stallion. Could have been worse.
I would say right around 3 years, 2 years, and then he probably, if he good behavior, out in a year, just to send a message to other people not to do that. But that's a long time. for not killing somebody and shooting at people. I mean, what state was that? What state?
I believe that's it's Los Angeles. The trial was here in LA.
Really? That's Los Angeles. He got that much time in Los Angeles. There's criminals running free every single day. They're actually hurting people. Yeah.
He could get that much time. He was supposed to be sentenced today. Court ran long, so tomorrow. That's what prosecutors are seeking. 13 years. You know,
he's not going to get that. He's not going to get that. Not with this DA. Not with this. He's not going to get 13 years in this town with this economy.
Who's the DA? It's Gascon, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Who's the other guy? Who's the other guy that's soft? There's two of them, aren't there? There's Gascon, and then there's
Newsom.
Newsom. No, it's not Newsom. It was a different like LA politician. Well, whatever. You might be right.
We have Karen Bass. Karen Bass is our mayor. She beat out Caruso. She said she was going to clean up this city. She was the only one that was going to make a change. She was going to tackle the homeless problem and the crime. Here we are. Same old.
Everything's clean. What are you talking about? There haven't even been any robberies outside Craig's. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I can't believe there's no change. Maybe if we keep voting the same, next year, we're going to get them next year. Keep voting for the same people.
Before we wrap it up, have you been back to Craig's? Is it okay?
I went that night. I went the next night.
Yeah.
We did our podcast from Craig's, from the corner.
That's right. Everything, no. You didn't feel any danger?
I missed you. You made a guest appearance and never say hi.
That was way later.
I saw you on the internet. I was like, oh, dude, there's my boy.
I was off duty, though.
You were a celeb, dude. You were a celeb in the comments, bro.
I was looking to be a victim that night. I wasn't working.
You were celebing it up, dude. I saw the comments. Everybody was like, oh, who's that? Oh. And then you were gone, dude. I was like, did we see you go to Craig's? But apparently you went to Gracias Madre, dude.
Gracias Madre, yeah. Craig's are too much. If you go to Craig's, you're going to have to like sit at the bar, and who knows what that's like.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's great. You talk to like international prostitutes from all over the world, dude.
Not me. Anyways.
No, but I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But Gracias Madre, that place fooled me because I didn't realize that it was vegan when I went there. I went there for a birthday party.
Yeah.
And I was there for a birthday. Yeah, I went there for a birthday party and somebody invited me. And it was when it just opened. And they don't really kind of let you know it's vegan when you go there. There's no sign that says anything. It just looks like a regular restaurant. And then I went in there and I'm like, it's really pretty. The lighting is really good. The ambiance is nice. The music was cool. But they had this long table with whoever was running the party must have a lot of money because they just paid for all these dinners. And they're like, everyone just pick and get whatever you want. So nobody had to order anything. Everything was paid for. So I was like, oh, this is really cool. Because usually you go in a group and everybody's ordering something. Then you order soup and you end up splitting the bill. You pay $82 for soup. But they were like, no, it's all paid for. Just eat whatever you want. I'm like, cool. So I went to the table, I grabbed the taco and I'm like eating it. I'm like, I don't know. So then I'll try the chicken. So I eat the chicken. I'm like, I don't know what's going on with this. And then it was like a quesadilla or something. I'm eating that. I'm like, something's off. And then I was like, what is this? And then someone goes, oh yeah, it's all vegan. I'm like, now it's all making sense. So it was good. It just threw me off a little bit. It has a little.
What I like was the jackfruit carnitas. I got a jackfruit carnitas.
That was good. I had that. Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
That's very good. All right, but my dogs are barking. I hate to do it to you in the audience, but the dogs are barking.
The dogs want to let the dogs speak. Put them on the microphone. We want to hear what they have to say, dude.
We're gonna bring them in as a guest, maybe on Wednesday.
The dogs are not real. Those dogs are not real.
Those mother effers are not real. Listen, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Subscribe to the clickpop.substack.com. Subscribe here to our YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at ClickPop too. And Justin, any last words and/or barks?
You know what? Just I don't know. Enjoy your life.
Yeah. Get that hair dye
and moisturize. And moisturize.
What do you need to get? Hair
horse spray.
What was it?
I need to get horse spray.
That's right, horse spray. All right. I'm sorry. I'm being called away. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you on the next episode.
Later, dude.